first started, did you ever have apprehension on did I make the right decision?
Absolutely, I had moments of it.
What's your favorite part of all those roles?
There's absolutely cons to everyone, and there's pros to every one of them.
To play devil's advocate,
Sure.
what if, because I know there's plenty of folks that I've mentored over the years that walked in because their why was I got laid off recently and I just jumped into the nearest ship that was available. Talk to us a little bit about how you got to business development.
Ooh, well, I mean, ultimately, I knew sales was kind of in my genes. It's kind of in my familyhood as well. But, you know, I was a 12-year-old knocking on doors with the dream of making a landscape company. So it was always a part of my nature. When I got to college, it was more of a reality. It's like, okay, where in sales would I be a fit? What's going well right now? What industries are killing it? What industries are maybe on the latter end of a sales career path? But being young and hungry, I saw SaaS. I saw the explosive growth in a handful of companies over like the 2010 to 2020. Wanted to hop on one of those waves. So it's exactly why I found a company like Freshworks.
When you first started, did you ever have apprehension on did I make the right decision?
Oof, apprehension on making the right decision. Absolutely, I had moments of it. Generally, no. I definitely knew. I knew that the account executive role in SaaS was an aspiration of mine, and I affirmed that time and time again. When I was speaking to, you know, I was able to work with President's Club AEs and brand new AEs. So I kind of saw a spectrum of quality of what they could do. But the more I saw the crushers take calls, drive them to closes, like I saw the addiction. I saw that that's what I wanted.
So it sounds like that's what you plan on doing after business development, is you want to get into closing role?
Yeah, and typically, I mean, I've probably worked with somewhere between 50 and 100 BDs. I'd say majority want AE or account management type role. So yeah, kind of synonymous with what I'm sure most of your listeners are looking forward.
Can you speak to what are those types of qualities that you think are essential for anybody that is considering, maybe they're deciding that the current career that they're in just isn't for them. Maybe they're fresh out of college and they're like, I can't wait till I graduate and go to the next thing. What are qualities that you think are essential if they did want to make that jump?
In terms of qualities where I've seen success across other team members, including myself, it's got to be on having a sponge-like mentality of like, you got to always be learning. There's never a point where you make it there. I made that mistake early on where I learned, okay, even though I know this now, there's still another box to check. There's still more to learn. There's more to up-level in that same realm of things.
To play devil's advocate,
Sure.
What if, because I know there's plenty of folks that I've mentored over the years that walked in because their why was I got laid off recently and I just jumped into the nearest ship that was available. What do you recommend for those folk that don't have necessarily a why right now?
I've definitely seen a lot of examples of that as well, of coming in like, hey, I heard good things. I just got laid off. I thought I'd give it a shot. I don't think that lands in this world. It's too high paced. It's too you have to adapt constantly, and if you don't have that hunger and that appetite and that optimism that you can do it, like, it's not going to work out, honestly. So you gotta know your why and have it be aligned to what BD can deliver to you.
There are certainly people that, and I think we spoke about this briefly last year, people that are drivers by nature and people that are passengers by nature.
Sure.
It's not to say that a passenger can't turn into a driver, but I think the true connection there is, does the passenger actually have a reason to become a driver?
Gotcha.
Right? And so I think
I could agree with that for sure.
I think there is a way for people to become that, which I think is exciting, but certainly I think you're spot on regarding just like have that why.
Because if my why was I want to go into finance,
Right.
I mean, be an accountant, what are you doing?
Well, 100%. I mean, if that's the case, if people are like just like stuck in the middle, I agree. They should not jump into something that is going to take some time to build. But for a case like people that are just completely out of their scope and wheelhouse, I would say do something else for sure.